Okay, hi! Today in the kitchen we are going to be making a gluten-free chocolate cake. So that means that we're going to make a cake with no flour. So I got this recipe from a friend of mine. She's like, I'm checking out this recipe. It was so good. She brought a piece in for everybody to taste. It was pretty delicious. I'm like, dude, I gotta use this for a video. So here we go, Diana. This one's for you. Okay, so we've got a list of ingredients here. I will put the full list of proper measurements and everything in the description below. So we've got a can of black beans that we've rinsed out. And just a heads up, I've never used these before. But you know, when you open a can of kidney beans, it's kind of oozy red liquid. When you open a can of black beans, it's kind of oozy black liquid. Just took me a little bit by surprise, but it's, you know, obvious when you say it out loud. Got some cocoa powder, I've got salt, baking soda, baking powder in here. And this is a combination of butter and coconut oil, which, using it for the first time, just a heads up, it's very thick. It's like cold shortening when you're trying to scoop it out of the jar. Got some honey with some peppermint extract and some vanilla extract in it. And we've got our eggs. So the first thing we need to do, and it says, by the way, to do this in a food processor, but I don't have one. It says we're supposed to put in the black beans and mash them all up, get it to be a good base, add a couple of the eggs, whip that all together, and then add everything else, whip it together and bake it in the oven, and then you've got this beautiful cake. Alright, here we go. Alright, so I've got these in here. I'm just going to put it on low to try to smash them up a bit, because the food processor, it'll blend it really hard. This looks like it's going to take a little bit. Okay, so this paddle on the KitchenAid was not doing the job of mashing up the beans to be kind of a pulp and creating a base. So I'm just going to stick the hand blender in there, zip, 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 and break them down that way. I just did that sound. Awesome. Oh, so it's making a good paste. Okay, so that looks like a pretty good paste there. Easy solution. Now, on with the show. Okay, so we've got our smashed black beans in here, and it says to add 3 of 5 of the eggs. So I guess it's just to whip it up. Let's add those. Ding. Okay, let's turn this on low. Mix these well. I can see why this would be a lot easier in a food processor. Big risk taker that I am. So now we've got this mixed well. It says to add all of the other ingredients. Give it a just scrape all this up. Okay, I absolutely love my silicone baking tools. Oh. So that was the honey and vanilla and peppermint. This is the butter and the coconut oil. Just plopping that right in. Oops. Baking powder, baking soda, salt. Right in there. Got our cocoa powder. Right in there. And we got a couple more eggs. Right in there. Alright, so I'm going to try to mix this up without making a huge mess. So we've mixed it up, just going to scrape the bowl down and give it another mix. I've never made a cake using beans before, so this is going to be really awesome. Yeah. It feels like it's mixing up nicely in there. I guess the secret here is to get a nice smooth paste on those beans first. Oh, here we go. So she didn't tell me what size of a pan to bake it in. So I have a little square one ready. And we are to bake this 325 degrees, 40 to 45 minutes. So I'm just going to pour some in here. Get this in the oven, and I'll show you what it looks like after we bake this. All right. Here we go. Well, there's a little bit of lump at the bottom there, but pretty sure that'll bake out. Do want to make a couple of cupcakes out of this, but I think we'll just make it into a big cake. I have no idea how much this is gonna fluff up. Oh well. There we go. Alright, so I'm just going to pop this in the oven, and then I'll show you what it looks like after it's been baked. So here we are, baked the cake, did the toothpick test, and it came out clean. But when I flipped it over, I don't think I let it cool off enough. Some of it stuck to the bottom. So I just scraped that off. I've been kind of eating it. It's delicious. The mint is really nice in this. It's chocolate and mint, and it's really airy and really fluffy, and it's got, you know, pretty decent thickness to it. So if I were to ice this, I would flip it over to make it the neat side. The top looks wonderful, and then just ice the cake that way. But I'm not going to do that this video. But here we go, is our gluten-free chocolate cake made with a can of black beans. It's pretty decent. You should give it a try. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Happy baking!